give me 2 shots. We don't need a radio, bring a jukebox. For my outlaws, bring me 3 shots. We can raise hell before the speed stops. I'm a whiskey drinking SOB. If you don't like that, then you won't like me. I'm an outlaw. I said I'm an outlaw.
Fire up the Harley, now I'm off to Cali to do my thing. Rolling down the 15 full speed, splitting these lanes. I got the common vote thinking that I'm going insane. Show outlaw, think I'm lying, just Google the name. Since 2006, me and Turbo were rocking this outlaw shit, and they can't stand it. 2011, now I'm back with the Moonshine Bandits. It's that country hip hop with this white trash renegade. Staying real motherfuckers till they put us in the grave. Pistol in my pocket, now it's straight as you don't. You're the type of kid that should've just left it alone. We stay whiskey drinking, bottle breaking, girlfriend taking. Think I really give a fuck? You must be mistaken. B.I.G. capital B, the rest is history. Outlaw motherfucker, I'm a
Whiskey drinking SOB. If you don't like that, then you won't like me. I'm an outlaw. I said I'm an outlaw.
Oh, yeah. We definitely got an outlaw in the house. You're listening to 96.1 Styling, Dragging in the Afternoon. And who do we drag in here? Nate Saylor, Mr. Gucci Car this year himself. What's up, Nate?
What's up, y'all?
Yeah, well, you are a true outlaw now. I mean, you know, that ain't no shit. I mean, you proved it last year with the other car. And how did you talk your way into getting into the Gucci car?
I'll be real honest with you. I didn't have to do much talking. I'd ran season 6. We did really well. We won a championship, and that's how I kind of got to know Chris. Chris Michael that owns Gucci. That's how I got to know him pretty well. They were on our team at the end of the year, which we ended up winning that track championship. And then season 7, I only went to 4 events with my car, and made the top 16 in the 4 events we went to, and then proceeded to go and be the spoiler and stuff like that. Well, this year I had built a brand new Pro Mod, and I was going to go run Midwest Pro Mod Series. And
Beautiful car, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not a Ford guy, but I am an Eleanor fan, so that's what we built.
Yeah, that's what I thought was weird. That I was like, man, that's not really his style, but okay.
It's not.
But it's beautiful.
Normally I'm a Mopar guy. Then I built the Nova. Now I'm building the Mustang. My whole family's worried about me.
They're like, what's going on with you, you know?
Yeah, like, dude, what tree did you fall out of? But, no, so, to be honest, Giuseppe and Chris is really into, like, 3-way calls and stuff like that. So there was, like, 4 or 5 of us on the phone. And they were like, what are you going to do this year? Doing anything different with the no rules and this and that? And I said, yeah, I'm just going to park it. That's what I'm doing different. And Chris is like, no way. And I was like, yeah, dude, I think I'm going to be done. And I'm going to go focus on Pro Mod. And I really want to run Drags Illustrated's Winter Series. It's like a huge bucket list for me. And, and I feel like I went out to Street Outlaws and I showed them I can hang my rookie year. And so I just didn't feel like I had anything more to prove. And so anyways, I told Chris, I think I'm going to hang it up, blah, blah, blah. A couple weeks goes by and Giuseppe calls me and he's like, yeah, dude, I think I'm out. I got a new job at work and they're not going to let me take as much time off and this and that. And I was like, oh, man, that sucks. But, I'm not going to be there. So at least, I won't miss you. Because neither one of us will be there.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's like, yeah, no problem, whatever. We talk quite a bit. And
he's a great guy.
Oh, dude, I love Giuseppe. I do. In fact, there's a handful of people I get along with on Street Outlaws, and he's definitely one of them. Like, we usually pit together. So Mike Bowman, Scott Taylor, there's a few people that I really get along with. And so we're always usually pitted all together in the back. And so a couple weeks goes by and Chris calls me and he's like, hey, a couple of us were talking and we were wondering, what you thought about maybe teaming up this year and running the Gucci car. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think so, man. I'm not really interested. I'm flattered you thought of me, but I'm not really interested. And I don't know, Giuseppe called me again. He's like, man, I really think you'd be good in that car, and give it some thought and this and that. And so Chris and I came up with a deal, and we partnered up, and I made a bunch of changes. I made a bunch of demands. You get into a new operation, and I'm used to the way how I do things. So I have Proline Racing. They do all my engines.
Oh, yeah.
All fuel tech. I use my tuner. Like, there was just some things that I wasn't willing to give up. And Chris was very understanding of it all. I mean, he changed the whole car back to fuel tech for me. We changed the interior of the car. Giuseppe's left-handed. I'm right-handed, so we had to change tranny brake buttons.
Oh, yeah.
I want specific button, steering wheel, and there's just some things I wanted done different. He did all of it, dude. Like, without even blinking an eye. He was great to work with, and Larry Jeffers did all that stuff for us. They switched all the cars over, so we get to this year. There's no rules, so. Theoretically, on paper, Kai should kick everybody's teeth right down their throat.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying.
I mean, he should. He absolutely should. But I think, as you guys know, in no prep, I think the track is going to be the equalizer.
That is the equalizer.
It is. And I think, like, California was a perfect example of that. Like, we went to California, and to be honest with you, dude, we had to take so much power out of the car on the top end of the track because everybody was wrecking.
Oh, yeah.
Kayla had a really bad crash there. Boosted and I were running down the track. I was like, man, hindsight, I should have went back and grabbed the golf cart. Like, I would have got there faster, and I wouldn't have wanted to die when I got there. But she had a really bad crash Friday night, and so Saturday it was a little iffy. Like, once you got past the 330, dude, there was like, I don't know what there was, but there was like marbles.
Yeah, and it gets real sketchy at that track right down at the big end, and
there's a bump in the left lane. Like, dude, it sent Gucci like bouncing a couple times, and the trick to that's getting on the chutes right before the finish line so that you're dragging it through the finish line. So when you hit those bumps, like, the ass end is held back, But we were robbing a ton of power. We had a really good showing. We really did. The car went good. New driver, new team.
No,
new
you did an amazing
combo.
You did an amazing job. I mean, we were watching a live stream of it. And on Friday, when the bullhorn come off and the car just got crazy, I was like, oh shit, you did such a good job of driving it, which is a new car for you to drive. I'm like, okay, what happened? And then they come back and said the bullhorn come off. Okay, well, that car will go wherever it's going to go when that happens. And then, here we come into Saturday, and I watched the first pass, and I'm like, he's going to be in the top. And then Scott Taylor with a brand new car just going out there and just killing it. I'm just like, damn. That's what I was saying. I mean, he was just murdering everything. And then Kai comes up there, and they get the wrong tune in the car. And when Sunshine ran up there, I was thinking the same thing. He's probably cussing poor Sunshine out. And Sunshine just shut the door. I was like, okay. And he floored it like he broke up with a girlfriend. So I knew right there something was not right. And then Kai come out, and he said later on, we had the wrong tune in the car. It was corrupt. I was like, screw it. I yanked the CO2 off the shifter, and I'll just manually shift this. Then he didn't think about, well, it's draining CO2. I ain't gonna have no parachutes, So he just like, fuck it, I'm out of here. It's a waste of time, and that sucks. It was really cool to see what all he did for Kayla in the live stream. Yeah. After she wrecked, like, hey, go buy her merch, go do this. And, I've seen Kayla, we've known Kayla forever, but we've seen her get that car in the most weirdest predicaments and get out of it. And this was just, I don't know if something broke on the car. It just immediately turned left and hit the wall. And I was like, oh no, oh shit. And, our heart goes out to her. I know her and her dad worked so hard on that car, and I kind of felt Kayla was going to be one of them that was going to be up there. You guys are going to have to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, nobody's
Our car's
slow.
Fast as fuck, dude. Like, it's fast.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, when it left that night, I was standing right behind her, and when it left, it was on a run, dude. It really was. And I think what ended up happening is she got out into the groove at this track is pretty narrow.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think she got right outside of the groove, and it's like marbles out there. Whatever's past the 330 was out in there too. And I think it just flipped that right tire around, came around and whacked the ball. The good part is the car kept her safe. It did what it was supposed to do. Her fire gear did what it was supposed to do. I mean, honestly, guys, being in a car like this, I mean, you got to think you're doing 200 miles an hour in 3.7 seconds. Like, yeah, dude, it's a lot. Like, it's a lot.
Yeah, and
what's crazy is like when this happens, I hit the wall season 6 at Steel with my Nova, and I'm telling you, dude, I know this sounds crazy, but it's like it went into slow motion.
And that's kind of how my wreck was. I mean, when the front wheel broke and I went past the finish line and it nosed over and it come across and it hit the wall, it was so slow motion, but the first thing as it was going upside down, I saw the explosion from the fuel cell, and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to burn to death. And it just kept rolling and rolling and rolling, and I'm like, damn, are we ever going to stop?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a slow motion. It's so hard, you know, because people's asked me if you had nightmares from it. No, not really. There's times that I'll sit there and I'm just like, I'll jerk because I'll start thinking about it, and it's like the rolling is, I think, what kind of screwed me up for a while, because I would sit and think about it and I'd jerk real bad, and, you know, there was nothing left of the poor car. You know, I mean, it was like, you know, $200,000 gone. There was nothing usable. And to go back and build another car, you have to ask yourself, are you that dumb? Or how much of this can you write off on a business? And so I'm like, well, I'd rather work with everybody and go from there. We are building a new car, but we don't know when we're ever going to debut it or what we're going to do. We're not worried about the TV show, because when we get our car done, we're going to run it for what we want to run. And, you know, it's like I was so happy to see, and I heard about it before it was announced that you were going to drive the car. And that Gucci car is one beautiful car. I mean, fans, if you get the time to stop by in the pits, take a look at this car. I mean, it is Gucci'd all the way. I mean, it's the nicest parts you can put on the car, and everything is color coordinated to what it should be.
Yeah.
I mean, it's beautiful. You know?
Oh, it's absolutely stunning, for sure.
You know, I mean, it's a work of art. It really is. I mean, but, you know, I'm so happy to see someone's racing it. You know, I really kind of thought Sean was going to be better prepared, but, you know, you can't count him out. You can't count any of these guys out. That's the thing, you know.
Murder Nova?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think I talked to him. I think what happened is, you know, there's a lot of racing going on right now. And unfortunately, something that Street Outlaws and Speed Promotion hasn't been really good at is getting the schedule out fast. And so what happens is, and we run into this with our deal too, is Lee White tunes my car.
Yeah.
Well, Lee White also tunes a metric shit ton of other cars for PDRA, Midwest Pro Mod,
Oh, yeah.
Radial Series, you name it. He's all over the place. Well, what happens is because our schedule comes out so late that, you know, Brandon Stroud tunes Sean's car. And to make the changes we're making from a 34.5 to a 36 and from a 140 to a 144 blower and adding nitrous and all this stuff, like, you have to be there. Like, Brandon has to be there. And so Brandon got tied up, couldn't come. So Sean's like, dude, my car was fast as fuck last year. I'm going to switch it all back and load tune-ups from last year. And so he did that, and it made a couple good passes and stuff. I just think that the track was tricky anyways. Like, it was hard, and that 36 tire was an advantage that weekend. So there was a few guys running 34.5s. I think that was a downfall, you know, 34.5s on that track. It needed that bigger footprint.
Yeah, it needed more of a roll, you know. So, You know, I was kind of surprised by Ryan, and Ryan is a Boy Scout. He is beyond prepared. And to see him go out Friday night in the first round of Beat the Champ, I was like surprised. And then the next day, I'm like, what the hell? You know, it's not your typical Ryan Martin, you know, so, you know, but.
No, and everybody's trying this no rule deal. And what that means is, like, he's got a 5-speed Liberty in his car now.
Mm-hmm.
And so Liberties are very, very good for, like, radial cars,
yes,
super prep track stuff, things like that. I think that he's going to find that the Liberty is not so good for no prep.
Yeah.
I think the 3-speed is a better option for that. I think he'll figure that out. I mean, no offense. I hope it takes him longer than
yeah, because you know once he gets going, he's a badass. I mean,
I know.
Dude,
I'm hoping it takes longer to figure it out, and we get a points lead on everybody. But yeah, no, I think that that's the case with that, and I know that he tests probably more than anybody.
Oh yeah,
and
he's a Boy Scout, man. I mean, he
Yeah.
is in there, and it's like we were talking about our after party at PRI, which we have the largest after party on Friday of the trade show, and it's a legendary show. But Ryan Martin shows up, and Javi and everybody's drinking, having fun, and Ryan's sitting in the corner. And I was like, what's going on? Well, you know I don't really drink. And I'm like, no, that's fine. You want to come up in the VIP booth? And he's like, yeah, you know, yeah, I'll come up there with you. And he's like, he's more of an observer. You know, he takes it all in. And, you know, he's an extremely smart guy. And it's like last year I asked him, I go, because he's wanting to do the blower thing. You know, he never got to do it before, you know. So he found out that the blower really, it was cool, but it didn't work for what they were trying to do. However, he was seeing some of the passes that Kai was making, and like, but it's like we've talked off the air. Kai will drive through tire shake. He don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You know, something else about Kai, and I'm not giving him all the props in the world, but Kai's really never really had an accident. This recent one was because of someone, you know, packed his chutes that didn't know what they were doing. So, I mean, Kai is pretty safe, you know, but in the same sense, if he gets his shit together like he did at the Winter Nationals, holy fuck, you guys are all in for a ride.
I think that the difference is that car was, they were doing all of that on a glued track.
That's true. That is true.
You know,
because the equalizer is the no prep.
Yeah, I'm not as worried about it as everybody thinks. Like, everybody thinks, oh my God, he's got all the horsepower and he's super light, and those are all facts. He does have all of that. The car is super light and it works really well on a glued track. But if you remember the year before, how well did that Camaro do at No Prep Kings?
No,
he never won. He never won a weekend.
Yeah, nothing. Nothing. So
I think that that's going to be our saving grace. Like, because if we were on a glued track, fuck, we might as well not even show up.
Yeah.
I can't run a 58, I can tell you that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I think the Gucci car could at some point. You know,
I don't think it can.
Really?
I think the Gucci car's heavy, dude. I mean, it's a heavy car. I'm not going to get into exactly what it weighs, but like my Nova will get lighter than this car.
Really?
Yep. It's a heavy car. It was an older build when Chris did it, and back then they didn't push titanium and this and that, and like my car's got all titanium tree.
I thought they had updated all that stuff with the car.
No,
Wow.
So she's heavy. Like, Gucci's got a fat ass.
No shit.
And then we went to an 11-inch rear end in it. Craig over at Dynamic built us a gorgeous 11. Have you seen that thing? It looks like it should be in a car show.
Oh, I know. The car looks like it should be in a booth at SEMA or at the Lowrider convention. I mean, it is beautiful.
Yeah, I feel like it should be on display somewhere. But the problem is she works so damn good, she gets pissed off and goes out there and she's 60 foot like a son of a bitch. Like, she's nasty. It out 60 foots my car. I can tell you that. Like my Nova, that Gucci car will out 60 foot my Nova.
No shit.
Oh yeah, it's fast, dude. It's fast early.
Yeah.
And then we're working on what the track will handle. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, you gotta race so and so." I don't give a shit who's in the other lane. To be honest, race the track, man. I gotta race the track, bro. That's exactly right.
Well, and it's like I've told people for years, drag racing is bullshit. It really is. And this is my theory. You've got bullshit problems. The guy next to you's got bullshit problems. The track has bullshit problems. And it's whoever can get their bullshit figured up the fastest to get to the stripe is going to go to the next round.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I don't care what anybody says. When you come to the line, you think you got everything figured out. But as soon as you start backing up, you either start going, I wonder if so-and-so did this or this, or you're just like, fuck it, I'm going to nail this guy off the line. And there's, with the instant green, there's so many variables. And that's what I've always explained to the fans. It's drag racing is bullshit because it's whoever can get their bullshit figured out the fastest is going to go to the next round.
Yeah.
And the guys.
Well, did you guys notice that Famoso was a pro tree?
I did, and I was like, "Is that a speed?"
That's my jam, boy. That's my jam.
You were on the light, man. You were on it.
Yo, I love the pro tree is my thing. Like I that instant green, dude. I could go my whole life and never race it again. And the only reason being is it causes so much drama. That's why Kai and I don't like each other. The instant green is just a equation for bullshit. And he thinks I guessed. I know that I didn't. I have proof that I didn't. He has proof that I did. Like, it's one of those things that, and it just caused a problem. And, you know, I just want to go there and race my damn car.
Well, that's what everybody wants to do is go race, you know?
Yeah. Well, not everybody. I mean, there's a lot of people that want to have likes on social media and this and that. And like, don't get me wrong, dude. Without the fans, none of this, we wouldn't be doing any of this.
Well, that's
so I appreciate every one of you for sure. But on the same note, like, it's still a drag race. It's not a TV show anymore. Before it was a TV show about racing.
Yeah.
Now it's racing, and they're creating live content with it. So like they want some of that drama, and I could just go my whole life without it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, I was there in the early days where you got to understand the production company who put Street Outlaws together, Pilgrim Films, their number one hit was American Chopper, and they pissed off an entire family for life. So they're good at stirring shit up, you know? I mean, that's their job, you know, and to make good content for TV. And the one thing about Street Outlaws is real. You can't fake the racing, you know? I mean...
I promise you, we're running threes at 200. I promise you that's real.
Yeah, and, you know, you can't make that shit up. So, I mean, but on that note, guys, we're going to go right back into music. We're going to be right back with Nate Saylor right after this.